You are tuned in to The Daily, and my next guest is one of the most genuine people in Christian music. It's a big day for the Afters. They have just released today a brand new song called New Day, New Life. Here to talk about it is lead singer Josh Havens. Always good to have you on The Daily, my friend. Welcome.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Hey Josh, the last time we caught up with you was when the last single that you released, just over a year ago now, You Never Gave Up on Me, that topped the
Yeah.
charts here in Australia just as it hit number one. It went on to become the number one song of the entire year on Christian radio in Australia.
Mm.
It was there for ages. I mean, incredible success. Congratulations on that one, first and foremost.
Thank you. And we're just so grateful. Like we honestly could not believe it. And you were such a huge champion and supporter of that early on, and I'm very grateful for that. But we just love Australia. I remember the first time we came to Australia, we were like, okay, we have to take everything in. We have to really experience it the best we can because we might never be back. And it's blown us away how we've been able to come back time and time again, and now to know that our music is being heard around Australia, and that people there are connecting with it. It's been incredible. We're so grateful.
Yeah, and it's amazing that with this new song that just released today, New Day, New Life, we're going to play it very, very soon. So excited to let everybody in if they haven't already hit the streaming services and already listened to it five times. But there's actually quite a connection between You Never Gave Up on Me and this song, lyrically. Anyway, there's a
Mm,
part where it talks about the fact that, hey, God, you never gave up on me, even when I gave up on myself. So I really
yes.
like that there's such a carry on between your last release to this one.
Yeah, when you make a project, you're going through certain things in life, and that affects what ultimately ends up being the theme of the project. So definitely I can see a theme in our new project, which we haven't told anybody this yet, but our new album is coming out in October. Both of those songs will be on the new album. But there's definitely this theme of, okay, we have a God who is so good. He loves us. He takes us for who we are. We don't have to fix anything in ourselves to come to him, right? We just need to put our faith in him, and then he does all the rest. And in the world, the way it is right now, it's so chaotic, so messy. We have wars happening. Everything is just, it seems like it's spiraling out of control, right? But to know that in the midst of this, God is in control. He does have our lives in his hands. We can trust him with that. And to know that that's where our hope is. My hope is not in any politician. It's not in any specific person or thing, or my hope is in Jesus. And that's the one who I can trust with everything.
And
And
that little
yeah, so that's a theme through the whole record.
and that little comment that you made just then, "My hope is in Jesus." That's one of the other new songs that you guys have been teasing online, as well as this new
Yes,
song, "New Day, New
that'll be
Life."
coming soon too. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
fantastic.
One thing that we've heard again and again from people who have made that transition in their life where they were living one way and then they find it. My sister is one of those people, by the way. She became an archaeologist, moved to Israel to study archaeology. She was like Indiana Jones, she even had the hat, and she was out, studying and digging and all that. And I thought, oh, she's in the place where Jesus actually walked. Like, this is going to be incredible. And she ultimately ended up leaving her faith because of it. And she has this amazing testimony of what happened and how she ended up coming back to Jesus. I mean, it was decades later. When we put our faith in Jesus, it's washed clean, and we are made new. And so many times I've heard people describe it as it was like a new life. It was like a new day. I'm stepping into the future as a new person, and to know that we don't have to carry the burdens of the past, and that we can release all that and be free.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, when you were writing this song, New Day, New Life, it is hot off the press, first new song that you guys have put out in over a year. Take us behind the
Yeah.
scenes. What kind of conversations were you having to be able to set the preface and set the tone for ultimately this song being written?
Yeah, so we started writing the song. We're in the studio talking about some of the experiences that we just had. Uh, and man, we've been in countries like Mongolia, Cambodia, Australia, Indonesia, Scotland. I mean, every corner of the world. And every place that we go, we see people go through hurt. People experience things in life that leave them broken and searching and in need of hope. And And when we see people find Jesus, it's radical. And so we do a lot with the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association. We've been all over the world with them, and I get to watch as people make that decision to follow Jesus. I see the gospel shared. Sometimes we're sharing the gospel. Sometimes we're on stage as somebody like Will Graham or is sharing the gospel, and we get to watch as people come forward. And in fact, we did one of those events in Gold Coast in Australia, and so we were talking through watching from that vantage point and just seeing the looks on people's faces and to be able to witness that moment when people meet Jesus. It's something I'm forever grateful for, and it never gets old. And every time we do one of these events, I make sure that I'm there to see it, because Jesus can radically change lives, and Jesus can save like nothing else can. And so when we find that freedom in Jesus, it's incredible. So that kind of sparked the conversation that led to New Day, New Life. I think so many of us, we go through life feeling we have seasons of life that can feel lost or aimless or broken, or and so that kind of turned into what the song was. That there's times when I can't even forgive myself for what I've done. Well, God didn't give up on you, and no matter what you've done or you've been through or you're facing right now, you're never a hopeless cause, and God loves you just as you are now. And so to see that kind of became the song.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, a lot of artists these days, and you guys have certainly done this as well, but they're always kind of posting little snippets of new unreleased songs up online to be able
Yeah,
to get a little bit of a gauge on social media what the reaction's going to be. But you've also done it old school with this song as well, because you've been playing it live for a little while, so you can actually
yeah,
see a tangible reaction from
yeah,
the audience. Give us
yeah,
a little bit of an insight into those moments. How has
yeah.
the audience has been responding to this song?
The first time we ever played it, I knew there was going to be something special about it because it instantly felt like a celebration. And every time that we played it since then, it's been the exact same. And it's just, I mean, you can watch clips that we post online. Like none of those people knew that song before we played it, and they were just all in, jumping up and down. And you can see the crowd shots of them; they're singing along by the end of it. And so to have a song, that people can own as that celebratory moment, it's worth celebrating. In the Bible, it says that when somebody puts their faith in Jesus, all the angels of heaven are celebrating.
The first time I heard the song in full from start to finish, it really just, I finished listening to it and it made me feel good because it
Oh, good.
acknowledged all of the things in life that we sometimes struggle with feelings of
Mhm.
hopelessness, with the tough seasons, but then the difference that our faith makes when we put our hope in
Mhm.
Jesus, as you talked about earlier.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was just an incredible reminder of just how good he is to us and the difference that he can make in our lives.
And I hope that's what people take away from. I hope that it's like a breath of fresh air. I hope that it puts a big smile on your face, that it just lifts your spirits. That's our hope with the song. That when it comes on, it just lifts your spirit and makes you thankful for what God is doing in your life. It is a new day and a new life every time that we step into what God has done for us.
Yeah, so good, man. You've toured Australia a handful of times over your career, and we just
Yeah.
love that you keep on coming back. Can we see you performing New Day, New Life in Australia very soon?
Absolutely. We are making plans right now. It's in the works for our next Australia tour. Hopefully that's going to happen this year. We're planning it for later this year. So hopefully our 2026 Australia tour will be happening. Looks like maybe October. So
Excellent. Which is be a big month because, as we spoke about at the start, that's the month planning to release the album when that drops as
full album.
well.
Yep. It's
So
been a little while.
yeah, tell us what you can about the rest of this project. How many songs are we planning? What's it looking like? How's it taking shape?
Yeah, we've got 12 songs on the new record, and I cannot wait to share all of them. Some of them, like "You Never Gave Up on Me," people have heard, but then a lot of new songs too. Over this next several months, there's going to be a lot of new songs coming out. So very, very excited for that. We as a band, that's the most exciting thing is to write new music and share new music, and so we're excited to put this album out.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to wrap our ears around it. And as of today, we've got a brand new song, New Day, New Life, to put on a repeat for our listening right through the weekend. Hopefully, we do see you down under in Australia in October. Congratulations on the new song. It is so good that we've got new music from the Afters to be able to talk about, and a lot more on the way this year. Josh Havens from the Afters. Thanks for joining us, Matt. We appreciate you heaps.
Hey, so grateful for you, and can't wait to come back to Australia. Thanks for all the support, and yeah, we hope that people really find encouragement in this new song.